Portion sizes have gotten bigger over the past 30 or 40 years, and as a result, so have we. The daily caloric intake of the average American back in the 1970s was around 2,200 calories a day, and the average intake of the Americans in 2003 was around 2,750 calories a day. So you can see that's a difference of about 500 calories a day. And a difference of 500 calories a day means that you'll gain about a pound a week. Even a difference of as small as 100 calories a day means you will gain about 10 pounds in a year. When we look at some of the portion sizes today, you can see how we've kind of gotten out of hand with that caloric intake. To start off with, we've got our cheeseburgers. You have the cheeseburger from the 1960s and 1970s, which was an adult meal back then, which comes to around 300 calories. And then today we've got your third pound burger. So here you've got about a 2-ounce burger versus a third pound burger. 1 slice of cheese, 2 slices of cheese. And the difference in calories comes to around 750 calories for the third pound burger, or 450 calorie difference between the two. And then we come to your fries. Back in the 1970s, again, the adult French fry was a small French fry today, and that was around 230 calories. And a large French fry today is around 500 calories. So when you get your value meals, you aren't getting the small fry with your value meals today. And then we go on to looking at our drinks. Back in the 1960s, we used to get pop in a bottle from a vending machine, and it's an 8-ounce bottle of pop for only 100 calories. And then in the 1970s and 1980s, we switched over to cans of pop, and they are 12-ounce cans of pop for 150 calories. And today, we have your 20-ounce bottles of pop, which come to 250 calories. So again, over the past 40 years, 50 years, we've gone from 100 calories to 250 calories in our pop. And looking at our fast food size drinks. The 12-ounce cup of pop back in the 1970s was 120 calories, and that's filled with a third cup of the ice. Then it went to 16 ounces, and that comes to around 160 calories. We now have our medium-sized pop being a 20-ounce pop for 250 calories. And I like this, the double big gulp. My son used to get the double big gulps. And that comes to 64 ounces and 625 calories in that 64 ounces of pop. And also, it can be deceiving as far as when you're looking at chips. Chips back in the 1960s were actually about 3/4 of an ounce. This is an ounce bag. It's really hard to find 3/4 ounce size bags of chips these days. There's about 150 calories in an ounce of potato chips. If you go to Jimmy John's, you'll get a 2-ounce bag of chips for about 320 calories. But if you look at the label, you'll notice that if you didn't look at the serving size at the top, you would think there's only 160 calories in that bag. But you notice it says there's 2 servings of chips in this bag. So when you're eating at Jimmy John's, you want to be careful. There's 2 servings there instead of 1. So ways you can combat these portion distortions is to when you're eating out, try to share a meal with somebody else, or try to order the smaller portions or appetizers when you're eating out. Also look at the size of your plates that you're using at home. Back in the early part of the century, the average size dinner plate was around 6 to 8 inches, which is this size of a plate. As our portions have gotten bigger over the years, our plates have increased to 10 to 12 inches in size at home. So if you look at portions and the way we recommend our portions to be on a plate, if you're using the plate sizes today If we put what we'd say is a portion of chicken and rice on the plate without any vegetables, and a lot of people don't eat vegetables with your meal, that looks pretty puny. Most people would go, oh, I'm on a diet, this is all I get. So that's why it's important to at least put a vegetable on your plate, but also try to use a smaller plate, because when we eat with our eyes, as we tend to do these days, a smaller plate makes the same portions look a lot larger.